About the mid-season trailer. I know. Hello, sister friends. I totally forgot to do a little bit of a review on the mid-season trailer, so it won't be that long.
That's a lie.
But let's go over it and see what we think about what's coming up for the rest of the season.
There's so many people that are like, she was a liar, she was manipulating.
Okay, first line out of Mary's mouth. There are so many people. Can we just stop it right there? There are so many people. So many people. Mary, if so many people have been telling you this, why have you not been listening? Oh, frustrating. We have wondered for the longest time why Jen won't speak up and talk truth to her. I think she has been. I think she's been careful about it and staying in her lane, minding her place, but also letting her know this ain't right. Or just pointing things out to Mary every time Mary tells her something that's off, saying, Robin canceled on you again? Isn't that the 7th time? Robin canceled again? When was the last time you guys got together? Oh, 2 years ago. Okay. I can see Jen would totally have a way to do that. She would. So yeah, I'm frustrated right out of the gate. There are so many people who have been telling me. And what were they telling her? That she's been lying and manipulating? Oh, I gotta listen again.
There's so many people that are like, she was a liar, she was manipulating.
A liar and manipulating. Yes. Number 1 and number 2 characteristics. Boy, her friends are spot on. Sorry, Cody. You can call them whatever you want, but they hit the nail on the head. It's good to see that Mary is starting to wake up, open up her ears, clean them out with those Q-tips, pay attention, open her eyes, wake up, become part of the rest of the alert world, and realize Cody and Robin have done her wrong. She better not waffle on me now. She better not. Honest to goodness, she better not take the stand of, all these people have been telling me this, and I think I'm starting to see it. I don't know. I think I'm starting to be aware of it, and start to have this revelation, and then all of a sudden be like, but they didn't see everything. I mean, she just better not, because I don't care if he was as sweet and as kind and as lovely as all get out in between the things that we saw. What we saw, that's enough. So if he was the man of the year in between that, doesn't matter. He done her wrong, and he did her wrong publicly over and over again. And we know that he wasn't man of the year in between those times. So this is a moot point. He's horrible. Move on, Mary, move on.
Run free, run free!
Let me just throw this in there. Why would Robin act like she's your best friend and then ghost you? Because she wants to keep the show going. She wants to keep her money. She's not friends with the other ladies. She's seeing them drop off one at a time. She needs to keep her hook in you, Mary. Pull you in. So there can be a family of sister wives for a show, so the paycheck can keep coming in and she can get all the trinkets and dolls she wants in the world. That's why. It had nothing to do with establishing or maintaining a relationship with Mary at all. It never did from the beginning. She used Mary to get into the family. She never cared for Mary. She used her since before she was in the marriage, all the way through to the last day. So sad. It really is. Okay, what's the next thing? Have we gotten through 10 words? Goodness, maybe this will be long.
It will be.
I had this bond with her, and I'm now questioning, why tell me that you want to have a relationship with me and then ghost me for months and months and months?
I had this relationship with her, and am now questioning why ghost me for months and months and months. Months and months and months. Okay, I have friends who I haven't talked to in 2 years. Neither of us have reached out to the other person because life is busy. We don't live in the same town. We don't live down the street from each other, and we're not part of the same family. Different situation. Other states or hours away from each other. I have some friends who I haven't seen in over a year that live locally, but they're not part of my immediate circle of friends that I do things with. They're not part of organizations that I belong to. They're just not part of my immediate everyday, this is what keeps me busy, or part of my businesses and things that I do in my life. So they're more on the outskirts. It takes an effort to get together, but we are not ghosting each other. See, the difference is to ghost somebody means one person is reaching out, and the other person not responding. That's ghosting. Reaching out, okay, cancel. Reaching out, okay, cancel. Reaching out, can't. Reaching out, can't. Reaching out, okay, cancel. It's a different form of ghosting. The kids these days, they would call ghosting just a pure, I'm not responding at all. The ghosting these days is just full on, I'm just going to be flat out rude to you. Pretend like you never existed, not speak to you ever again. It's horrible. It's horrible. And to give it a word like ghosting. Like, I think of Casper when they say it. It's not sweet, white, little happy Casper. This ghost is horrible. It's like an evil demon kind of ghost. Never back in my day would anybody ever consider just pretending like somebody didn't exist. Not respond at all to them. Zero communication. It's just bizarre. You just say, I'm not that into you. Goodbye. It's not that hard. These kids can't communicate these days.
Boomer.
She'd act like she was your best friend and then completely ignore you. That's really
all right, at any rate, we're talking about a relationship, a friendship in a family. It's just messed up. I mean, this whole thing is messed up. This whole family's messed up. This whole polygamy thing's messed up. Like, so what are we talking about? A sisterhood, a family relationship, a friendship? I don't know. What is this? At any rate, for Mary, it was one of her closest people. And quite frankly, now that I think about it, for Robin, it's the only friend we've really seen on the show. We've seen the superficial friend from San Francisco who ended up being involved with the person who catfished Mary. So, like, kind of friend is that? And we've never seen her again on the show. We never saw her before on the show. So was it a friend? I don't know. I mean, clearly these people can have friends and not have them on the show. I get that. But with Robin having zero storyline and looking so pathetic, you'd think she would be bringing a friend, one friend onto the show, even if it's just for one episode, just to prove that she's not so lame. But she be lame. All right, what were we talking about? This is going to go on. I'm going to have like a 30-minute review.
And rather more than that, I'm afraid.
Okay, Cody and Robin are going out to dinner. Gosh, they can never get out to dinner. I wonder if he was as giddy as he was last time when he went out with her. Because they never get out to dinner. I mean, they go for weekends at a time to Vegas. They get away from the kids. But they can never go to dinner. Oh, the lies in this series is just amazing. All right. So here we go. Robin says,
Do you ever sit there and feel you wish we were in a plural relationship?
Here we go. Zero eye contact. Zero. Doesn't look up once. Do you ever sit there and feel like you wish you were in a plural relationship? Speaking like a robot for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because she memorized this. I get it. This is part of the script that she wrote ahead of time for what they were going to say when the cat. I mean, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Does she not sound like a robot there? I'll play it again.
Do you ever sit there and feel you wish we were in a plural relationship?
She can't even look up because she's like trying to remember the line. Do you ever sit there and feel like you wish you were in a plural relationship? And the whole time Cody didn't have lines there or forgot them, and nobody told him that you're not supposed to be like picking all the food out of your teeth throughout the whole thing. So the entire time Cody's going, he does look at her. It's oh so sexy. I hope she looked up and was watching him while he was like chewing his cud and then pulling it out of his teeth with his tongue. Wait, this is what he looked like. Got to get the full effect. I take my hair out, but this is one of my speech therapy days, and I'm not done with all my speech therapy, so I don't want to completely pull it out. Here we go. Full effect. Quiet, please. Thank you. He's so sexy. Of course, he doesn't answer the question. We move on. We go to Coyote Pass with Mary again. The editing of this is going to be crazy if these cats keep... They're going to be like just appearing and disappearing probably. My apologies in advance. Here we go. Coyote Pass. Coyote Pass. Oh, wait, before we go there, I totally forgot. Robin had another question in the Talking Head interview.
The question in my head is like, are we going to try for, to live plural marriage again?
The question in my head... Why is it in your head? Why, if you have a question, Robin, why can't you just ask it? Why is this, why are you holding on to it? Why is it stuck in your head? Why can't you get it out? Is it that Cody doesn't let you speak in the house? Is it you can't formulate the words to get it out? Is it this whole thing is just a big lie and this is another line that we created to put into the Talking Head interview to have some sort of content because we know your life is boring? Maybe all of the above. But really, why is the question in your head? Because I feel like you addressed this already. Okay, yeah, you did. That's why I feel like it. Because you came out and said, I would want to live plural marriage again. Basically, if I knew that it would all work perfectly. If it was a utopian society and all the wives got along so well. Basically, if they all served me. If they all had high-income jobs and they were all scared of me. If they loved to cook and I could take the kids over there to eat whenever I didn't feel like cooking.
Daily, darling, daily.
If I could continue to have full access to their money. Oh, what a utopian society. Yes, it is hard for me to say that I don't want to live polygamy because I can see this perfect situation on Coyote Pass, where we all have our own houses. Now, mine is larger, of course, because Cody will be there the majority of the time. And I'll have the older kids, and they'll have spouses and grandchildren, so we'll need the larger mansion-y mansion. The peasant-y houses will be there as well for the other wives. The working wives, if you will. I can see it. It's a dream that's palatable for me. I just don't know if we can make it reality. What does Cody have to say? Well, they don't show it. They just show him continuing to do this. Such a catch. Get them all to yourself, Robin. This is going to be a good rest of the season.
He could sell the 2-acre piece he and Robin on and the 5 acres.
So Janelle states the obvious that we've been talking about this whole time. There are some properties. The 2-acre and the 5-acre doesn't have Janelle or Mary's name on them. So he can just up and sell those on his own if he wanted to. He'd be a jerk, and this is the one time that they should be very grateful that they're still on television, because if he did that, and he would totally do that if there were no cameras, he's worried about the backlash from the community if he did so. I don't know how he can be worried about his image and then do and say the things he does, but like, he's just, it's a quandary trying to figure out this man, so I try not to. It gives me a headache. Mary chimes in and says there's a very few things in life she is going to fight for, and this is one of them.
There's a few things that I will fight for, and this is one of them.
Praise Jesus. All right, let's go. May that be true. Fight. Fight to the end, Mary. Fight, fight, fight. Fight and get what is yours. And that doesn't mean 2 acres of land with Cody's name on it as well. Unfortunately, you've been a doormat for 30 years, so it's hard to prove that you're owed anything. Well, I take that back. She did demand that big house in Las Vegas, and she got it, boy. There you go. There's a standard that proves that she gets equal to the family. She can use that as proof. And she can use the rental house, the 5,000 square foot, $5,000 a month. Wasn't it? I don't know if it was 5,000 square feet or $5,000 a month. Maybe it was both. House that she was living in Flagstaff. Again, proof that she deserves as much as the rest of the family. There you go.
Case closed.
I am here for it. May in the 2nd season she go fighting, and may she not backtrack after she stands up and says, I deserve what's mine, and backtrack one day and say, but you know, he's really nice when the cameras are off. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care if he's the nicest man in all of Arizona. He's mean, cruel, rotten, and horrible to you on camera. My mama always said, you know how people act in private based on how they act in public. So we can only imagine. Now, yes, could there be some glimpses of him being nice? That's called him being manipulative when the cameras aren't there. That's what that is, so that she just sticks around. Once she realizes that those few times that he's nice to her when the cameras aren't on, he's really manipulating her and controlling her, then we're going to really break free. That's my wish, that comes to fruition this season. Oh, please, 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 please.
I'm not trying to rip you off, Mary.
Cody says, I'm not trying to rip you off, Mary. Can't say it with a straight face. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not trying to rip you off, Mary. Probably the biggest lie in all of Sister Wives. Yep. 19 seasons. Biggest lie ever. I'm not trying to rip you off. He has been ripping off the women since day one. Since before this whole series began. We have been watching him. Not working, sitting on his tail, making them do everything. Living the life of leisure, driving in sports cars, having toys and trinkets, designer clothes, expensive jewelry, while his wives get the equal amount of money and they have to pay their mortgage, pay their utilities, raise their 6 children. Lest I forget. And then everything that he does for himself, they have to do for themselves as well. He has been fleecing them for years. All of them except for Robin, because she's been taking from all those wives as well.
It's horrible.
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 Horrible. And he's got the nerve to say, I'm not going. I was going to say, how do you say it with a straight face? He doesn't even have a straight face. He has a little smile on it because he knows it's a joke. What he's saying is,
I'm not trying to rip you off, Mary.
I've been doing it for over 30 years, but I'm not going to do it anymore now that you're divorcing me and taking things. No, I'm not going to do it now. Come on. But then he turns into the Cody with the evil demon side of him that comes out. That's what he looks like anyway to me when he gets that creepy. And then he does that, well, when he talks and he rolls his eyes like this.
That's all imagined in Janelle's head because Janelle feels like, I got divorced, so I deserve something.
I'll find some clips of it. It drives me nuts when he does that. Well, you don't know you're in a bad marriage until you talk to other guys who are in bad marriages.
And for Janelle to go telling Christine what I thought about her during our breakup. You don't know you're in a bad relationship. You just think you're in a normal relationship because all your friends have the same problem. So I deserve something.
Just talk normally. Just talk to the camera. Everything is a production for Cody Brown, and I'm over it. I'm on to you, Cody. On to you. We all are. All of us. So give it up, because now you're looking like a clown. I mean, you always look like a clown, but really, the clown level is going up like this. It's like a full-on bozo moment now here. And that's him blaming Janelle again. He is really... Do you remember how last season it was just Christine? And Janelle would be like, okay, but let's talk about us right now. And like, let's talk about our relationship and when you're going to see. Well, I would see you more if it wasn't for Christine. It was just like maddening. He was so obsessively, compulsively fixated on Christine leaving him. He was so bitter. He was so resentful. He could not get over it, and he could not stop talking about it. Could you imagine being Robin and living in the house with him? Oy vey. Well, Mary didn't leave him. He kicked her to the curb. Now Janelle has left him. Ooh, ego bruised again. So he's doing the same thing. Gotta keep blaming Janelle for everything and bringing her up as the reason that everything's wrong. And this is what he says.
That's all imagined in Janelle's head because Janelle feels like, oh, I got divorced, so I deserve something.
So he is saying that the idea of him possibly ripping off Janelle and Mary is something that is all imagined in Janelle's head. No history, no track record, no current situation of him dragging his feet for over a year on this whole series. None of that has anything to do with this. No. This is all imagined in Janelle's head. Again, can I just say, Cody, just because you say it doesn't make it so. Not true. Big lie. None of this is in Janelle's head. This is all truth. So Janelle says, I got divorced, so I deserve... Okay. So according to Cody, when you get divorced, you deserve nothing. Oh, does that not speak volumes? Volumes. In Cody's world, and maybe this is an AUB thing, I don't know. But if you get divorced, you leave with nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
You know what, actually? I believe Melanie said that in Notes to Self. I do believe I remember her saying, yep, if you leave, you pick up and walk away with nothing. So it must be a teaching, because that's what he believes. And he's disgusted and appalled at the notion that he would divorce someone and that they would get anything. Anything.
He's a pig.
I mean, he kicked Mary to the curb. Is he planning on giving her anything? Love to see. Probably not, because he probably thinks, even though Mary bought that house in Parowan all by herself, he probably thinks he's gifting it to her. Oh, she's got a house. She's good. She bought it. She paid for it. Bleh. And the only reason Janelle hasn't bought and paid for her house is because she bought the lie you've been telling her this whole time, that it all goes into a pot and everybody gets their fair share when it's the right time. And so she was willing to sit back and let everybody take. Well, not really everybody, you and Robin. But the two of you kept taking. And she's like, you know what? When it's my time. No time. You can't trust evil. Evil will never say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do you wrong. Let me make it right. No, doesn't happen.
Janelle feels like, oh, I got divorced, so I deserve something.
That sentence says everything. It just shows his whole patriarchal, arrogant, entitled, piggish idea of marriage. Collect wives, give them small amounts of money. You take the mother load of it all. Share it with the one wife that you like. Let the rest of them all suffer. And if they decide to go, bye-bye. along with the kids.
Bye-bye.
Don't care. Thank you very much. Cody Brown. Oh, speaking of which, let's look at the car that he's going to back up in right now.
So are you excited about this?
No, not at all.
He loves his girly little white convertibles, doesn't he? Girly white sweater. I have a sweater very similar to that, actually. Very similar to that. His hair extra curly. I do not understand this man. I cannot figure him out. Is he really in love with Robin? Is he? I don't know. And then again, maybe Robin's the man. Moving on. So they're on their way to the tell-all. Not really, because Robin's hair is all done and she's got the eyelashes for days. This is not a stage performance. This is television. We do close-ups. We do not need lashes like that. You know what? This is the greatest place to insert. Somebody sent me a wonderful picture, a good mock-up, a good comparison, if you will, of Robin Brown and what her eyelashes look like. So funny. Okay, so you know there's no way they are driving with the hood down to wherever this place is that they're filming with her hair all done. So little filming setup scene here, just so that Robin can play a victim and say she's not looking forward to it. Let's listen.
So are you excited about this?
No, not at all.
We cut to the line, I am so sick and so angry. I like that she's getting him angry. I like that. Maybe Suki's redemption arc is coming. We'll see. I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't trust it. I don't think so. But I do like that he's angry right here.
I am so sick and tired
but let's get
of
back-
being guilted for loving Robin.
I'm so sick and tired being guilted for loving Robin. Well, first of all, you don't feel guilty about it at all. So the sentence doesn't make sense. You are sick and tired of your perception that people are upset with you for loving Robin, which isn't happening. So you're upset about something that is not based in reality, is the truth of the situation. Nobody's upset that you love Robin. Nobody was ever upset that you love Robin. Christine said to you before you were ever married, I see that you're in love with Robin. I guess you guys should get married. Knowing what you acted like with Robin is not how you act with her. And yet she still encouraged it. 15 years ago? So this mantra, this story, these lies that you're saying about people upset with you, not guilting you, because you're... Wrong word. I mean, it is adjacent. Again, adjacent. Vocabulary, adjacent. I'll have to come up with a jingle. And an adjacent, a jingle. Adjacent, a jingle. Maybe that should be the name of it. The adjacent, a jingle. Oh my goodness. Words that are adjacent. So you don't feel guilty because you don't feel guilty about it. You're upset that people are talking about it. And you don't like it when people talk about you and you're not around. Drives him crazy. Crazy. Then we do a close-up on Robin's face with 2 tons of makeup caked on. And the lashes are back.
I can't see.
So Suki is playing along with Janelle and saying there could be a guy out there for you who wants to work on your farm. Janelle's like, maybe. And then she goes on to confirm, I promise you, I am not asexual. I wonder, was that a rumor out there? Because I really think her and Cody got it. I think they got down. I think they had a good time together. So I never thought she was. I mean...
I promise you I'm not asexual. I promise you.
Maybe she's just saying that to play along. Because she has recently been saying, I'm not looking for a man. So maybe that's her trying to explain that maybe to the greater audience. I'm interested if one were to come my way. But my focus right now is on the farm and my children and grandchildren. That could be. All right.
There has to be physical attraction. There has to be intellectual attraction.
I do like Mary saying that, you know, when she's looking for somebody, there has to be a physical attraction, there has to be an intellectual attraction. And after she said the intellectual attraction, she giggled. I want to know if it's because she realized, oh, right. We didn't really have that before with Cody. But now there needs to be an intellectual attraction. And a sweet gift, chef's kiss, if you will, from Janelle.
I definitely don't want someone who's such a prima donna like Cody is.
Prima donna? The prima donna is not going to like it when he hears that. Go Janelle. One little line out of Mary I thought was actually kind of brilliant. Really quite brilliant.
We're all supposed to be Robin.
She has such a good point in that one line. We're all supposed to be Robin. He's been comparing them to Robin and saying they're not nice to Robin. They don't do this like Robin. He has been putting them down, and basically they don't act like Robin. He could never see the preciousness of each of these women in and of themselves. It's like having children and expecting all your children to behave and look and act exactly like this one particular one. How horrible would that be, right? He did the same thing with his wives. Once Robin came around, all of a sudden, this is the gold standard, people. Look here. I want you to look, act, and be just like this one. She is very good to me. She doesn't give me any flack. She treats me like her best customer. You all hear that? I mean, I know we've been married for 20 years, but I expect you to treat me like we are honeymooning, because that's what this one does. It's wrong. He could not appreciate each wife for what she was. And that's sad.
I wish they would all focus on their own relationships without my name coming up.
Robin says she wishes they would just all focus on their own relationships. We wish Cody would focus on their relationships. All he would do is focus on you, Robin. So they had no choice but to focus on you too. He wouldn't focus on their relationships. They tried to focus on their relationships. He kept pointing at you. I'm not coming around until you do this. I'm not coming around until this because of, you were the wedge in the family. You are the reason the family broke up. End of story. Can't say it's Cody because if there were no Robin, he'd still be married to the OG3. Obviously, Cody's a part of it, because of how he treated the other women once Robin came. But had there been no Robin, he'd be with the OG3 now. I believe that. She's been the problem from the beginning. She cannot see it at all.
She's a narcissist.
Allegedly.
And she keeps saying, can you keep my name out of your mouth? Oh, the arrogance of this woman.
Without my name coming up.
Without my name coming up? Little tude there, huh? The last person that should have attitude is Robin. The last. Go sit in your mansion. Oh, wait. Go sit in your new mansion and count your dolls.
Polygamy doesn't work if you're going to actually fall in love.
And you fell in love.
I fell in love hard. I
hate it when he says the word hard. I don't know why. It's just me. It's just me, I think. He just punches words at certain times. It just kind of like, you didn't need to, whatever. Cody, all you had to say was, I loved all my wives, but it was different with Robin. And that's what made it difficult. No, polygamy doesn't work if you fall in love. And you fell in love? I fell in love hard. I can't even punch it the way he does. I can't even try. Can't even make it as gross and as offensive as the way he does it.
Hard.
He's the worst. And Christine comes in with the zinger at the end. We've had no Christine at all up until this point right here. And this made it all worthwhile.
We've all seen their engagement photos. I wonder how close they got before they were married.
All the stuff we've been saying from day one about the two of them, and now confirmed based on the fact that both of them had premarital sex before they married their first spouses, and then had multiple kids in relationships, and then for a whole year, were either dating or courting or engaged to each other. And you're trying to tell me during that whole year they didn't do the dirty? Not for a second do any of us buy that. Not for a second, no matter how many times they claim it in the camera. I don't think Cody actually ever claimed it, but Robin did. Never believed it. And for Christine to just very calmly, with her little smile, almost smug-like, say, we all saw the engagement photos. It's priceless. So good. She looks great in pink, too. And then Suki asks about any other sexual experiences before Mary. Obviously, meaning in addition to the one you already admitted to. Were there any more? Simple question.
Sure is.
Simple answer.
Should be.
Well, we know he kept calling that a relationship. So it wasn't a one-night mistake. Whoops! I slipped and sinned. No, he had a full-on relationship. So he was sinning, God knows how many times. Over and over and over and over and over again.
1,000 times.
Back when he was LDS, which is still a major sin in the LDS church. Never confessed any of that when he got to the AUB church before getting involved there, even though you're supposed to. But he did share it with Mary. She kept her lips sealed. Why has she not come out with that information? That woman.
She drives me crazy.
She better sing like a bird, boy. I know she knows a lot and I want to hear it. I don't think it's going to all come out yet, but I mean like in the next 2 to 3 years. Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So here we go. Suki says, okay, anyone else before Mary that you slept with? All Cody had to say was, no. I had that one relationship. I regret it. Didn't he even say he was sick over it? How can you be sick over something that you do multiple times? Oh, I'm just sick over it. Let's do that again tonight. No, never again. Not just, that just made me sick. Do I still have his number? Her number?
Did you have any other sexual experiences before Mary?
Okay, listen, Suki.
Right?
I want to shut you down now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't trust a word out of this man's mouth. Not a word. So he could have put an end to her questioning right there, but he didn't. I'm going to stop you right there, Suki. Woo! That means yes! That means yes! I'm ready for the one-on-one. Bring it on. And please, can we have a whole bunch of the talkbacks too? We don't need any more lookbacks. We've done those. Talkbacks, that would be great. Thank you, TLC, if you're listening. Puddle Monkey, I like you today. We'll see how things go. And that's it. All right, we covered it. Looks like it's going to be pretty good, right? I think so. Sorry it took me so long to get this out. I just forgot. It just escaped my memory, but I appreciated going over this. I'd forgotten a lot about it. Tell me down below what you think. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. God bless. Goodbye, sister friends.